Listen carefully to what I'm saying in this video. Anytime a lying spirit wants to get on hold of you, because those lying spirits are he will send someone your way with some kind of suggestion or advice. And this suggestion will always be some covert accusation to trigger you in your subconscious. Why? Because if the entity would use someone to openly express the accusation, you will see clearly that it's a trap. You will clearly see that it's a way to frame you. What lying spirits do is they want to frame you without you being aware that you're being framed. This is how it works. Let's say your name is Naomi, okay? And you bought a dress. The dress is not, it doesn't contain many colors. You didn't buy the dress to get attention. You just wanted a new dress to add to your wardrobe. And then you have a friend who's also attending the same church as yours that sees you in a new dress, and she says something like, well, you may get too much attention from men with that dress. Yeah, that may provoke men to do bad stuff. She says something in that trend. And then later you think about it. Your knees aren't even visible in the dress. So it's not a sexual provoking piece of textile. By the way, no textile is sexually provoking. It's just textile that you wear on your body. So you think, why did this woman from church say that unto you? And when you're praying about it, the Holy Spirit reveals unto you that it's better for you to quit having conversations with this individual. You lower the contact. In less than a month, you find out that she was cheating on her spouse. Her husband was heartbroken when he found out. And now she was playing the victim. And you were shocked. You never expected her to be like that. You were shocked when she was exposed. And now you understand what the Holy Spirit made plain unto you to lower contact with that individual. It goes like this. That other individual had a lying spirit. And the lying spirit was using her to trick Naomi into self-doubt. The dress Naomi purchased, it went all the way below her knees. So according to churches, it was a modest dress. So why did this other woman make this remark or this suggestion that Naomi was triggering men into lusting after her? If Naomi would have appeared with a very short skirt with heels on, okay, I could understand that you would think that she may want to trigger men to lust after her. But there was no evidence whatsoever, nor any, visual mark that Naomi intended to draw attention from men. Naomi was married. Now, in the parable I just gave unto you, understand this. Lying spirits will suggest something to you, but that suggestion is a covert accusation. And this covert accusation intends to conceal the true intent of the suggestion, which is to turn you away from doing God's will for your life. As a believer, it will often happen that other people will suggest things onto you, often in the form of constructive criticism, that if you look at it carefully, you'll see that it doesn't add up. Look, if you're recording videos in Spanish and you're not a native Spanish speaker, and some people suggest onto you to use different phrases because it may be more clear to your Spanish listeners, okay, that's practical. But when someone suggests onto you, out of the blue, that you spend too much time on a certain subject without relating it to Christ-centeredness, then they probably have lying spirits using them. If Christ anointed you and his power is flowing through you, he is the Lord of that power. If things are not heading the way he wants, he will correct it. By the way, the power comes from him, so you won't be able to do anything unless he allows his power to flow through you. So if Christ allowed his power to flow through you while you're doing something, then why are others upset with it? Or is it really them that are upset? Or is it the entities that are attached to them? Look, someone can talk all day long, if they want, about, about historical narratives. Because history is relevant to how human beings function in the here and now. It can be that someone doesn't see the relevance of history. And someone thinks, well, this guy talks only about history. What happens now, because this individual has a lack of understanding that he or she doesn't want to face, now evil spirits have an open door that they can use this individual to distract that other guy who's doing God's will. Maybe the Holy Spirit wants that guy to talk about history often to trigger people. And then the Holy Spirit has other people talk about other subjects. But because some folks don't want to look at the bigger picture, they operate mostly on their own understanding. Evil spirits can use them to suggest things onto you to distract you. There's nothing wrong with receiving criticism. I'm all for that, if it's constructive. But even when you receive constructive criticism, examine it. And here's one thing I want you to learn. You are not a dumb entity. You're not. Society may have told you that, but it's not true. Your brain is like an intelligent machine. Your brain captures things long before you do. That's why the pagan rulers of this world use symbolism and mathematical rhythms often. Because they trust you, because they know that your brain has the capacity to process it. Or to be hooked on it. So they know their indoctrination will work. You are not aware of it, but it will affect you. Now, you're not a dumb entity, okay? As a spirit being, you have an inner radar. I've spoken about this before. When your inner radar goes off, pay attention to it. If you receive a phone call from someone you know, but this time when the phone rings, you feel unease with the phone ringing, then that's your inner alarm sensing that danger is coming. You don't know what the danger is, but it can be that there are lying spirits using that individual. The individual may not be aware that lying spirits are using him or her, but your inner radar goes off because your inner radar senses some negative entity nearby. You don't see any negative entity. There may not even be negative entities around you directly, but your inner radar senses that killing energy is coming near because unclean spirits want to kill you. That's obvious. So when that phone rings and you sense that you better not pick it up, if you don't have to pick it up, don't pick it up. If you decide to pick it up anyway, and you are talking with that individual and you sense like there's some grip coming on you, hang up. I'm telling you, hang up. The same you do out there. When someone approaches you about something and you don't sense a good vibe, comfort individual, if can, avoid individual. Or make some excuse why you need to move away from them. Just do it. Do not entertain the presence of demons. Let me say that one more time. Do not entertain the presence of demons. Don't reason with demons. Don't negotiate with demons. Don't do it. Now, the demons will not come to you directly because they know they will lose. They will use other people. I'm telling you, pay attention to your inner radar. Christ did not design you with that inner radar for fun. Your fight and flight response in your body is designed to keep your body away from physical danger. Now, as a spirit being, you have an inner radar, which is more powerful than your fight or flight response of your physical body, and you ought to pay attention to it. Society numbs down your inner radar by teaching you to rely on the external validation of some authority figure. And a lot of believers still need to be delivered from that mindset. They still need to be renewed in their mind. Let me give an illustration now. You are at the job and you told your boss already that you're looking for another job because you're about to move. Now, you haven't revealed to others that you're about to move yet, but your boss knows about it, and your boss thinks, you know what? You can stay here for the next 2 months, even if you don't work a lot. You've done a lot for us already. Just come here every day, do what you can do, and within 2 months you're gone. It's fine. And now, you have co-workers who don't have and they don't have all the information, and they see you being relaxed at the job. And now there's a coworker telling you, oh, Kevin, if you keep doing this, being so relaxed at work, the boss may become upset with you, you may lose your job, you may become homeless, and a whole list of negative suggestions come out of his mouth or out of her mouth. But you know that you and the boss agree that you can come for the next 2 months. You can assist them because you'll have your other job soon and you'll move soon. So there is no danger there. It's already settled, but this other individual comes with a suggestion. And this suggestion doesn't really come from that individual. It comes from the demons that are using that individual. The demons can use that individual because the individual doesn't want to face him or herself. So when they have ideas in their head, they think all those ideas are theirs. They don't even question where those ideas come from. Yes, you have folks like that. What do you do now? When that individual approached you with those suggestions, you felt unease when they were coming towards you. That was a warning signal already. That was a red flag. Now you realize that every day at the job, they keep making suggestions onto you. What's going on? It's a demon using them. But they are also responsible because they don't want to question what they're doing. Eventually, it's them acting out what the demons provoke them to do. So they need to face themselves also, but they don't want to. What do? You mark that individual and you avoid them as much as possible. People may say, hey, Rashid, that's not so respectful. Please. I don't do respect, I do reality. If someone doesn't add up, they don't add up. Or if someone transfers danger, they're transferring danger. And I want you to pay attention when people are upset about something. Often, when people are upset about something, it is because there's some other thing they're hiding. So them being upset with you is really a cover of something else. So what they're doing is they're distracting themselves by putting you in an active daylight. So now they have to suggest some guilt on your part so that they are off the hook. This whole idea that you can work things out with everyone, it's not true. Sometimes you just need to walk away from certain people and from some circumstances because those circumstances and those people are a trap. This whole idea that you can work things out with people if you're just respectful and polite, it's a scam. There is no work things out with demons. It will never happen. You only get hooked, trapped, abused, and killed. Again, always agree with Christ, then you'll be at peace.